So I love Alton Towers, but there's something that's really bugging me about the place at the moment. Since the start of the 2021 season, Alton Towers have been operating a set of temporary fairground rides called the Retro Squad. These have been rotated from year to year, and this year we're getting 2 in the same area. And I really need to talk about this because I've got some strong thoughts and opinions on the matter. But before we get into that, please do make sure you smack the like button if you do go on to like this video, subscribe so you don't miss the ride. Guys, I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers now, so if you could subscribe, that would really mean the world to me. Without further ado, let's talk about the Retro Squad at Alton Towers. So before I start ranting then about the Retro Squad, I first want to talk about why it was originally introduced, because I feel like there's a really important point here to be made. Now, the Retro Squad originally came into the resorts to help with capacity due to COVID. Now, it's no secret that COVID hit the theme parks here in the UK like a nuclear bomb, and Alton Towers was no exception. Therefore, at the start of the 2021 season, to help with capacity on some of the bigger rides, to stop them from getting bigger queues, the Retro Squad was introduced into various areas of the park, those being Forbidden Valley, Dark Forest and X Sector. Now, I was okay with them the first year they came around. It was something different, and each one of them offered something different. 2022 comes around, and we hear they're coming back, and I'm like, it kind of feels like a bit of a cop-out now. 2023 rolls around, and I'm like, this is it now. We need permanent flat rides to replace these Retro Squad rides because they can't be cheap to rent. Now, we learned in 2023, this year, we're going to be getting 2 Retro Squad rides in the same area. So Roller Disco, that was formerly in the Dark Forest area of the park, is left. It's not going to be coming back this year. Instead, we're getting a brand new Retro Squad ride in the X Sector area of the park. But we already have a Retro Squad ride in the X Sector area of the park, that being Spin Jam. That means we're going to have 2 Retro Squad rides right next to each other. So effectively, that area of the park is becoming a fairground. And I feel like Alton Towers can do so much better than the Retro Squad. If you're installing 2 flat rides in a certain area of the park, it proves that that area of the park needs development, and it needs new flat rides to help support the rides in that area, those being Oblivion and the Smiler. But this is the point that I'm trying to make. Alton Towers lack rides that help with capacity at the moment, and flat rides are a perfect way of doing that. Just look at Chessington and Thorpe Park, for instance. They've got some great rides that help with capacity. Alton Towers currently don't. In fact, they've been removing rides over the years. So look at X Sector, for instance, which I was talking about before. That had Enterprise and also Submission. Those were 2 fantastic rides that was themed into the area really, really well, in my opinion. You had Enterprise, which in the latter parts of its life was themed to the Ministry of Joy. It had that bit in the middle of it, for instance. And you also had Submission, this big towering flat ride that intimidated people into going on it, and also the other rides in the area, and it built up an atmosphere. Now you've got the Retro Squad, which blast out 80s music. They just look cheap, in my opinion, with the vinyl wraps, etc. I just feel like Alton Towers could do so much better. And it's also spoiling the rides in that area as well, because I leave the Smiler's exit, for instance, and all I can hear is Bon Jovi and Guns N' Roses. Now, I love Guns N' Roses and Bon Jovi as much as the next person, but I don't want to hear it after coming off of a world-class experience like the Smiler. In my opinion then, I feel like Alton Towers need to focus their efforts on removing the Retro Squad rides now. I would have rather, for instance, had the Project Horizon delayed, a new flat ride installed at the resort, rather than Project Horizon getting pushed forward and it being installed before new flat rides, for instance. We could see new flat rides installed next year. This video could age really, really poorly. But with the way things are going, I strongly doubt it. And I think we're going to see another year of the Retro Squad in 2024. But let me know down in the comment section below, what do you think of the Retro Squad? Do you think they're adding to the resort? Do you like them, for instance? Do you like the style of the Retro Squad? Do you like the music they play? Do you like the types of ride that the Retro Squads are? Again, let me know down in the comment section below. I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts. Guys, if you have liked the video, then please do smack that like button. Make sure you subscribe because I have some fantastic videos coming up. The theme park season is starting up again here in the UK and I've got so much planned for it. Starting off with Alton Towers on the 18th of March, and again I cannot wait for that. Guys, again I'm so close to 2,000 subscribers as well, so please do smack that like button, it would mean the world to me. I've been Ryan from iCoaster and I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.